Take two in three, two. What's up, YouTube? Now you are joining my Facebook fam as we jump into the Don't Be Useless podcast. Yes, we are ready. All right, guys. So, what is such I think, a big deal about today is outside of it being my birthday, it is also a launch day. So, let me give you the skinny or the situation of what is launching today. So, I'm going to start by kind of telling you the why. And then I'm going to kind of go into all the details of it. And actually, before I do that, I want to talk about confidence. Hey, you guys were waiting on me for YouTube. Y'all, it kicked me out, dropped my internet and everything. So we're back in here. Oh, I see you guys. 20 was the year of weight gain. Look, if that wasn't on nobody prophecy list. Who spoke that word? 2020, year of weight gain? Honda, I caught that anointing. Do you hear me with the shake of the arm? But since it's my birthday, I said, I'm going to show shoulder today, even with my little marks. I'm going to show shoulder today on my birthday. Thank you, Tasha. Yes, 2020 killed my size 8 to a size 12. Look, size 8 is goals for my height. I am short. I am 5'2". Yes. Thanks, Nieves. Thanks, everybody, for the birthday wishes. Today, I was like, you know what? It's my birthday. Let me get all the way beat. And then I was like, I'm not, because it's my birthday and I don't want to put on makeup. And then I was like, also, I'm going to get a massage and I don't want my face, my makeup smashed up against the little massage table. So I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to show up in my raw natural as I just take a chill day. Now, let's get into confidence. So I talked to you guys really on Instagram. I did a post about confidence. It was a quote that I saw from Stephen Furtick, and I think it is great for us to talk about today. So the quote from Stephen Furtick said, "Don't let your lack of confidence kill your calling." Don't let your lack of confidence kill your calling. Now, this thing is a little bit twofold for me because at this point in my life, I'm somewhat of a confident person. I feel like now I don't struggle with confidence very much, but I can remember a time very clearly when I did. When I was a teenager, I was extremely insecure in so many different ways. And me having confidence was not even heard of. If you've ever struggled with confidence, shout out. Because I definitely felt like I didn't know where to get it from. Do you know what I mean? I was like, well, where does confidence come from? Because I'm struggling and I don't know how I don't know how to get it. You know what I mean? Because you're in your skin, you have your experiences, you have different things that kind of run in your mind, but you're like, absolutely, yeah. Like where do confidence even come from? How do I even get it? And so over time, I realized for me that definitely growing closer to God, but more importantly, having specific teaching around my status in God, which all of us have. So all of us are called, who believe in Jesus Christ, we are called to be seated in heavenly places, which means we're way more established than the world we see every day. We also are royalty supernaturally. This is what the Bible says. We also have special authority. And so as I began to grow in my understanding of who God said you're supposed to walk in or step into when you become a believer, that absolutely helped me to be able to say, if God is for me, truly, if God is for me, who can be against me? Now, there are still some spaces that I walk into and I feel intimidated. And this is where the lack of confidence come in. One of the times I felt the most insecure or lack of confidence in my adult life was when I started working for Google. Because here I am, still very aware that I'm just, a decade or so away from inner city Memphis, Tennessee. I am fully aware that I didn't have the highest education. I did not go to a Ivy League school or an HBCU. I'm saying that because I'm going to talk about them like they elite because they don't have the best rep, but okay. I didn't go to either one of those. And so coming to Google, there's so many brilliant people that work there. And so the way that I was there is because of the work that I had done, they recruited me. And I was like, wow, I should do this. Like, I should definitely go over here. But I really wasn't even looking for the opportunity. It kind of fell in my lap. And my husband was like, you better take that money, because it was like the biggest pay jump I've ever had in my life. So he was like, you better take that money. I'm like, okay, here we go. So as I started my first day and as I started to do the work, my confidence began to grow a little because I began to have results. And the results I was having at work was ranking in the top for my very large team. It was a really high turnover season. They were trying to get different parts of Google established. They had just bought YouTube. It was a whole thing. So, okay, my confidence started to build because I started to do good work and I started to see results, and that really helped me. But then I had an opportunity to go to Amazon. And with Amazon, people could see me a lot more than at Google. What I mean is my team was smaller. That means when I'm in meetings, I'm expected to contribute. I'm expected to speak. But I was intimidated definitely in the beginning. I was there 4 years, but definitely in the beginning because, again, I know in my mind, look, that the hood chick is still in here. I know that this culture is pretty much white, to be honest with you. So that means many times this white culture does not understand my blackness, and this white culture typically asks me to put my blackness to the side so I don't make them uncomfortable. I'm talking up in here so I don't make them uncomfortable. And so I found myself trying to navigate doing good work, showing up, trying to stay myself. But I found myself at times in the beginning of my work at Amazon not being able to show up as my authentic self because I believed that that person would be rejected. So confidence taking hits left and right. What I found to be my strength was staying consistent and honestly going to church, because when you go to church, you have an environment and a pastor and whoever's on the platform empowering you. And that gives you so much strength, way deeper than just on the outside, on the inside. And that's what helped me to keep showing up at Amazon. And eventually I grew 100-person or so, I think it was maybe closer to 70, but near 100-person or community organization at Amazon to over 400 people. I was able to get certified in diversity and inclusion training. So here I am with my Black former hood, still hood self, teaching over 400 recruiters how to not discriminate. So I found that even though I was not confident all the time, God was still with me. I want you to hear this for yourself. Even though I was not confident all the time, God was still with me. Even though you're not confident all the time, God is still with you. Now, here's the thing. Every time you show up in a new space, you recognize very quickly, man, I need to figure this out quickly or somebody's going to find out. I don't know what I'm doing, right? Somebody's going to find out. I'm figuring this out as I go. Because if you get found out, it would make you identify with all the insecurities you had that made you insecure in the first place. So I found myself working a lot. So I'm at home, my laptop is up. Eventually my husband was like, okay, we're gonna have to chill with this. Okay, we here. Your family's still here. I also was co-pastoring with my husband at the time. So I'm doing counseling with people, doing all this stuff. And I'm also trying to high perform at work. Y'all, something that I noticed is I began to develop a career-minded mindset. It was so specific to just career. I realized that my lack of confidence at work was making me work so hard that it was killing the true calling that I have on my life for you. Sometimes we start working so hard to prove we have enough, to prove we're good enough, that before we know it, our life is focused. Our pursuit is specifically on being that thing, that we have lost or looked away from the actual calling or purpose of us being where we are and going in the direction we need to go. So there was a time where I was a stay-at-home mom. When I moved from Michigan, I've told you guys about losing my job in Michigan, and then I was pregnant when I did. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a little over a year. And when I found myself going deep into that identity. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a newborn up to 6 months, and I have a toddler. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I stepped away from career. I'm going to go up the ladder to now I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's who I am. That's who I am. Then I knew I was supposed to go back into the workforce. So that's when I got back into working and eventually got to Google and Amazon. That's when I found myself, I work at Google. I work at Amazon. Now, I don't walk around making people feel small. That is not how I am. But I had to check myself, because when people ask you, what do you do? Y'all know people do it. They try to size you up. Everybody don't do it to size you up, but a lot of people do. So they'll ask you, what do you do? Oh, I couldn't wait to tell them this Black girl worked at Google. Look at me how I look. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I work for Google. Oh, couldn't wait. Okay. Why? Because I need to shake your mind into thinking that all Black people or all Black women are shaking their butt on the corner. Okay. There's a time for twerking. Okay. I'm not saying I'm against twerking. There's a time. Okay. For me, it's home, bedroom, and music. Okay. But anyway, so I had to be real that I had started to take on identities and put aside my calling. Now, the confidence piece for us today that I want you to recognize so strongly is that if you lack confidence, there's likely an insecurity there. And the insecurity that we carry we're good enough and we're better. And that can easily lead us to denying the true purpose and call for why we're in our spaces. And again, the pursuit of our life. This is what led me to launch the company, the organization that I launched today on my birthday, and it is called The Prolific Pursuit. The Prolific Pursuit LLC. Okay, let me snap. I didn't even say this in public. Y'all are the first to hear it. The Prolific Pursuit is all about having that thriving, purposed life where you are grinding, okay? You're hustling, you're growth minded, you are all the things, but you are still doing it through Christ. So you're able to be yourself. You're able to, handle all the business, right? You're able to do great, be great in life, but you're on track. What I just told you about the insecurities that I had, that I start trying to really work to prove that, I could show up and be these things in all these different spaces, and I was good enough, and all this other stuff, I was off track. I forgot that me being in the workplace, that I'm supposed to be there to be used, for God to use me to reach people for him, whole reason I'm even on the planet ultimately. And I started getting more focused on me, and me getting focused on the me and the my threw me all the way off track. So the Prolific Pursuit will have specific offerings to all of you that will keep you on track, but it will also give you the resources to be bomb at whatever you do. So this means you will have an opportunity to be a part of, drumroll please, the Pursuit Club. The Pursuit Club will be an online club specifically with master classes, sessions, Live chats. I'm going to do live audits of resumes. So if you are like, I need a different job, or how do I change jobs? We're going to have a live session where you've sent me your resume and I'm literally critiquing it live. I'm able to give you feedback live. If you email in, I have this life situation going on, and so I really would like you to weigh in on this, then I'm able to anonymously talk to the group and share. And we're able to, as a group, kind of how we do on this podcast, really come together. So this Pursuit Club is going to be specifically to give you education, empowerment, but also just practical wisdom. So you are truly not doing life alone, but you're also getting all the information, all the tools, and all the things you need to be excellent and stay on track. The insecurities should fade away. And that is what the Pursuit Club is about. The second offering is I'm going to be doing a group coaching accelerator. So a group coaching accelerator is where I take a small group of people, like 10 is the golden number, but a small group of people where we have set our goals for what we want to accomplish in a 6-week period, whether it's getting something off the ground, developing a better schedule so we can maintain home, family, and all the things, but still have a side hustle on the side, where we can literally go through the job hunt or the job market. Whatever your specific goals are, you will have those for you. And we will meet weekly. I'll have sessions where we talk through the different ways to actually walk week to week over 6 weeks and actually hit the goals that we have set for ourselves. And of course, the goals are realistic, right? We're not changing the world in 6 weeks, but we are absolutely propelling forward or accelerating our timeline on whatever it is we set up to do. So the group coaching accelerator is coming soon. The third thing is I offer one-on-one strategic coaching. And in this coaching, typically, well, some of you guys already know, and I've already started. I already have clients right now. But in this strategic coaching, we have a sit down and we strategically plan and map out practical steps for you to get to where you need to go. So, for example, one person that I'm coaching right now, she works in the ministry. She's also in school. She's multi-passionate. And she's like, I don't know God's timing, but here are 3 big ideas I have. And so what we've done is we've sat down and we've prioritized, well, which one, first of all, did God say do first? Which one do you hear God's urgency over? Not what do you want to do? Which ones do you hear? Do you feel inside, right? Because I can't tell you. This is your life, your walk, your goals. So you tell me. So in this time period that I've been coaching her, I've literally watched her grow and start and define and write the book and do the thing. It's been amazing. And that is the third thing that we are offering right now. So the Pursuit Club, which all of you guys are invited into, kicks off on October 20th, 2020. 10-20-20, you are invited into the Pursuit Club. Up until then, you're going to see me online a lot because I'm going to be specifically dropping lessons and doing just live calls or live chats with you guys as we walk towards 10-20-20. So the Prolific Pursuit is a really exciting adventure for me, or venture for me. And I know it's going to be everything that you need and everything that you want. Right now, I'm in the middle of completing the group accelerator modules, what those units are, the details inside of those units, and all of those things. Yes. So officially, don't be useless, fam. You are now a part of the Pursuit Tribe. If you listen to this podcast, which I'm extending the season by 3 episodes. So we're going to 10-19. We're going to be here for the Don't Be Useless podcast till 10-19. And then on Tuesday, 10-20, the Pursuit Club launches with all the fire, with all the awesomeness. Y'all, when I tell you don't sleep on this club, I am so ready. Oh, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. It's going to be an epic community. But the Pursuit Tribe is everyone who essentially goes to itspriscillab.com and joins the email list. We've had things go out over the last couple of days. You're going to see something every week so you know what's going on. You can stay in the know. You know when there's exclusive offerings or deals, or if I'm showing up somewhere or whatever. You can keep up to date on the topics and the things that you want to hear about and that you care about. So going to itspriscillab.com, somebody dropped that in the chat, but itspriscillab.com now has a fresh look. So if you've gone before, go back today and check out the site. You're able to see more about everything I just told you about today, to get all the details of the Prolific Pursuit. And you're going to see even my YouTube content be tailored towards really the material and the things that we're going to be sharing in the Pursuit Club. So you're going to see some things that, well, YouTube won't be as in depth. It'll be like 5-minute videos compared to in the Pursuit Club when I go live every week with you guys. When I bring in guests and all, like, it's now time. It is now time. I just finished discipleship, or I'm almost finished with discipleship for my church, Faith for Life. And something that I felt like a couple months into it, the Holy Spirit was like, you're going to do something like this in your own business. And this is a model for it. And I'm like, what? This is it? Because I've been waiting to see what it is he was going to have me do. Like, what do you want me to do? I know I'm supposed to reach people outside of the church walls. I never knew what vehicle. And then once I start building out SOU, that's when he told me, you're now just checking out your chops. You're just seeing what's in you. You're just, for the first time, you're getting to pour into women for free. Like it costs them nothing. And that was a very intentional. I did not want it to. But something I also noticed is that in that type of space, especially in church space, you can only go so far in terms of seeing someone to a specific result. Also, in that type of space, I felt very restricted because I felt like I'm seeing so much as pastor that I can't tell you, get off your butt. Get off your butt. Stop praying and start moving. Because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. They see me as pastor. And I don't want them to feel like, do y'all feel me? Do y'all know what I mean? It's a delicate thing when you're pastoring, but you a straight shooter and you need to. So in the club is where I get to see people all the way through to a specific result. Like it's growth-minded people also, because something else I found is, and I knew that there would be some people who didn't make it. Oh, I can't wait to get you guys comments. I'm coming, guys. But something that I noticed is I could not help like make sure people finished. Because it's free and people start quitting on themselves. But when you have to pay, you're gonna finish. When you don't put some money on it, oh, you like, yes, and you better make sure you got your stuff together, Priscilla, because I done paid my money, and that is exactly what you gonna have, your expected result. And we about to be up in here, y'all. I'm having so much fun building out the modules and these master classes for the Pursuit Club. It is going to be fire, and you will walk away from it being better. I mean, I'm talking about business, career, relationships, lifestyle. It is a holistic company, and it's a holistic venture. So I just cannot wait. Are you guys excited about it? I hope you're excited about it. All right, let me check out your comments. Yes. So at the beginning of this podcast, we talked about how these came through team. I saw this quote that said, I just want to travel the world the way Corona did this year. Look, you know what's traveled? My waistline. Okay. The thing has grown. Okay. Shalika says, yes. Yeah. Earlier, we also talked about confidence. And here's a comment. Yep. Definitely had a struggle and still struggle from time to time. Absolutely. And here's, you know what trips me out? And this is something I can't wait to say in the Pursuit Club, because some of you follow me really closely, especially my A1s. You guys are in my A1s and my day ones. You guys are amazing. And should you jump into the Pursuit Club when it launches on 10/20, Enrollment starts on Thursday, October 1st. It's up now, but it officially starts on October 1st at a reduced rate of $15 a month. But if you guys jump to the Pursuit Club, let me tell you, I will have such an opportunity to be able to say things to you that I just want to say to you. Because some of you are so talented and so called. All of you are talented and called, to be real. And you are sleeping on yourself so much. You may have different things happening that is just a bummer. And you are like, I don't even know how to have energy because this situation is taking all my strength. When I tell you, I cannot wait to invest in you. Should you decide on strategic planning, because this is, or strategic coaching one-on-one, this is your thing. If you get in the group coaching accelerator, that automatically comes with one-on-ones with me. When that launches later on, I'm thinking it may not launch till 2021. First things first for me is getting this Pursuit Club up for 2020, for 10-2020. So guys, I just cannot wait to see you soar. I cannot wait. Yes, there are specific names, people. If when the club launch, I don't see you in it, I will be messaging. Where you at? Where are you? You like, I don't have no money. Then I know I don't want people jumping in and leaving out. It's going to be fire because y'all, it's going to be fire forever. Forever. Okay. As long as Pursuit Club is around, it's going to be fire. But there are some of you that need this type of space. You know that without a community, you ain't doing nothing. Without a good core group, without somebody like me saying, let's go, you ain't doing nothing. And so this is going to be that type of space. And it may start small. Y'all, it's going to grow because your girl be hustling. It's going to grow. And eventually you guys will be the leaders in it. You guys will be able, I want to highlight you and spotlight you. I just cannot wait to jump in here. So yeah, calling all growth-minded entrepreneurs, go-getters, vision chasers. Look, some of you even now don't feel qualified to be in the club, but you are. You are. Because you are called to more. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So next Monday, I'm doing a giveaway. Why? Because it is the first Monday of the month. And I really want to make it kind of themed to the prolific pursuit. But, yeah. So I don't know what I'm giving away next week. We'll see. I'm just going to figure out what I'm giving away. But I'm going to be giving away something on Monday in this particular podcast, so Don't Be Useless podcast. Now, I want to also just kind of remind you guys real quick when it comes to confidence and everything. I know that we talked about how with and then before we know it, our whole life pursuit is really about just that. It's about how can I be the bomb career person, look awesome at work, and all these things that distract us from a true prolific pursuit. A prolific pursuit, prolific means to thrive. It means to be fruitful. Pursuit, is your direction, what you are driving towards, what you are running. A prolific pursuit is all about you having a fruitful, thriving life where you are going in the right direction, but you're not leaving God out of your hustle and you're not leaving God out of your grind. There's a balance to it. And I can't wait to teach and talk about that in the Pursuit Club, which launches again on 10/20/20. Do y'all have any questions? Is there anything you would love to hear or see or know about? Sometimes it's hard for you guys to say because you're like, I haven't seen anything like this. Let me wrap up on confidence and exposing myself before we hop off of the podcast today. It was one thing for me to have the idea. Yeah, I'm excited too. I know, guys. Somebody says I give you permission to tell you what, if you need to get off your butt. Yes, I love it. That's the truth. Yeah, I want to travel too. I do. Y'all. It was one thing for me to say, I want to start this organization. Y'all, when I even said that to myself, I was scared. Like in my gut, I got nervous, like those jitters in your stomach. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about this. Let me just be completely honest. Do I have the smarts to do it? I do. Didn't know I did. I just started moving towards finding the information. And let me tell you about the grind of starting a new business. If any of you guys, I'm not talking about the ones where you can like sell products under a different company name, which is a fireside hustle. It can be very lucrative. I've done that before. But I'm talking about like from the ground up. Y'all, I had to collect my information. I did dozens and dozens of hours of learning. So I could legally, like I talked to a lawyer. I had a whole different, my company name is Propel Dynamic, but she was like, you can't do business as that because you're going to infringe on someone's trademark. Can we talk for a minute? Can we talk for a minute? So I had to come up with something else outside of Propel Dynamic for my organization doing business as name, or DBA. And that's where the prolific pursuit came, y'all. I didn't think there was anything out there. Because you know what happened in terms of confidence? I got out there and started Googling the word propel. And I was like, oh my gosh, Christine Kane has an organization called Propel Women. Oh my gosh. She's in the same Christian space. Culturally, it's very white. And not that the Pursuit Club is only for Black people or minorities. It's not, but I'm going to be me, and only certain people can identify with that, right? So it's probably going to draw more people like me, but everybody is loved and welcome. But guys, I start seeing so much out there, and you know what it made me feel? It made me feel this big. I'm like, okay, I know I'm supposed to do this. I know that this is a purpose thing. I know I did not make a mistake in the fact that I'm supposed to launch this, but I felt so small because these people got thousands of followers. There are other people in this purpose type of space, like getting people to live in their purpose, but I don't see any spaces where it's married. It's Jesus and the job, right? It's the career and Christ. Like it's the grind and God. Like I don't see many where it's balanced and married. I see some super spiritual where people can still make excuses to not do nothing and to not really live in faith, which is moving your feet. But y'all, I was like, I don't see anything exactly like what I'm doing. I don't even know how to define it. Let me be honest. I was like, I don't know how to define this. They're talking about you need to have a niche. You need to have a niche. You need to find your niche. What is your target person? I'm like, whoever identifies with this message, whoever God draws to this message, that's my target person. My niche, y'all, my niche is what? They're like, coaching. That's too broad. What? What? I'm like, but that's what I'm doing. I am literally that coach that's on the sideline while the players are on the field. And I'm literally like, hey, watch your back. Hey, go left, go right. Hey, we need to have a huddle. Sis, bro, pull it in. It's time to pray. It's time to pray. Where is that? I don't see that anywhere. I don't see that. So for me, I'm like, I don't know how to define this. And I don't even know if maybe it's still too broad. And so people won't be able to understand exactly what it is. I'm going to keep working to fine tune it to where I can communicate it well, because I don't feel like I'm the best communicator. I feel like I'm a little bit too long-winded in different things, especially when I type. And y'all know I'm typo queen. So I had to get help there too. So I'm like, gosh, like, how do I make this thing come to life and do it justice? Because I know it's supposed to be here. I know it's supposed to be here. But looking around on the outside, on all the Instagrams and the Googles and the stuff, I felt super small because this is a baby. This is mini. And then I had to literally tap into my confidence in God, which that is what I'm empowering you guys to do, truly. I had to be like, if God called it, then nothing can take it out. If God called it, it is purpose to be here, which means no matter how small it is and how long it takes for God to draw a number of people to it, it's happening. And I'm doing this. And where did that confidence come from? It didn't. Do you know what it really is? It's being brave. What you really, really have to choose to do is to be brave. Being brave means you're doing it afraid. As the famous Meyer said decades ago, do it afraid. Y'all don't think there's some nervousness? Where my confidence comes from is I know what my message is and I know the content that I'm putting into it. So I'm pumped about that. But there still is the part of me that's nervous. Why? Because now this is an actual company. I got taxes on this business. I got legal obligations. I got all these things. What? I've never done this before, but I have chosen to be brave. And I want you to choose to be brave. I want you to choose to do the darn thing afraid. Okay? You're like, but God hasn't given me a spirit of fear. No, he hasn't. But them bubble guts you got telling me you got some emotion going on in there. Okay? Do it even with those going on in your insides. Okay, let me go to you guys' comments here. I want to make sure I don't miss even one. Thanks for dropping It's Priscilla B. In comments, you guys visit the site. You can check everything we talked about today, and you can take the next couple of weeks to decide, am I going to be a part of the Pursuit Club? Definitely like the podcast on YouTube or like this video on YouTube and share it on your Facebook, guys. Hit that share button down at the bottom. And then I'm about to go live with people on Facebook in just a minute. So this comment says, yeah, they were talking to each other. I feel like I'm going through this right now. Absolutely. That's so good. Yeah, that was a word. And I can't take credit. Y'all know. I feel like I'd be dropping bombs in my head and I just say it out. Alicia says, yes, the legal aspect of starting a business is a whole different experience. Y'all, it's exhausting. Okay. Woo! It is a lot. Andrea says, I love how open you are about the whole process. Oh my gosh. If you guys want to hear about the whole process for real, I'm happy to share it. Happy to share it. I got another YouTube video actually to record about my process of starting. Do it afraid and jumping. But when you jump, guys, and this is something that's going to be a big message in the Pursuit Club. When you jump, you're jumping in the right time. You're literally jumping when it's time to go. Sometimes we just get so excited and we just jump too early. All right, who wants to go on camera with me? I'm going to wrap up this podcast and then we're going live on Facebook where I can bring folks on camera. So if you want to join me on the It's Priscilla B page, you can. So I thank you guys so much for listening to the Don't Be Useless podcast. I want you to go to itspriscillab.com/pursuit and you can see all that you need to see about the Pursuit Club, but you can also join the email list. That's how you're not going to miss anything. You're going to know what's going on. You're going to have more information shared with you over the next couple of weeks. So make sure you go to itspriscillab.com where you can get all of the skinny. I love you guys on YouTube. I will see you guys next time. Okay, so let me wrap up YouTube. Bye, guys. Don't forget to like or thumbs up this episode. All right, Facebook. We are about to go live. Who wants to go on camera